In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up and solve an application problem for a system of linear equations. So first what I'm going to do is read the scenario and come up with my two equations, and then I'll tell you which method I'm going to use to solve and then also why. So for this problem it says you are selling tickets for a high school play. Student tickets cost $5 and general admission tickets cost $8. You sell a total of 350 tickets and collect $2,179. Let S represent the number of student tickets sold, and let G represent the number of general admission tickets sold. I'm going to identify which method that I'm going to use to solve the system, but I'm going to do that after I come up with my system. And then I'm going to solve it. Then I can determine how many student tickets were sold and then also how many general admission tickets were sold. So just kind of as a reminder to me, S is going to represent students, student tickets, and G is going to equal general admission tickets sold. And I'm going to abbreviate my tickets. So the sentences that were in the problem are going to help me come up with my two equations. And one of the sentences was this. It was cost. Cost of our student tickets, cost of our general tickets, and then the total amount of money made. So we want to keep our money together. So $5 per S plus $8 per G is going to equal the total amount of money, because this is money plus money, and that gets us our total money, $2,179. So that's our first equation. The second equation is just number of tickets sold, which is actually what we're looking for. We sold student tickets, we sold general admission tickets, and we sold a total number of 350 tickets. So that equation is actually kind of simple. We sold student tickets, we sold general admission tickets, and we sold, if we add those two tickets together, a total of 350. There's going to be no coefficient because this is actually the number of tickets sold. How many tickets? So how many tickets plus how many tickets is how many tickets. Now that I have my two equations, what I want to do is look at what would be the easiest method to solve. Now I notice there's not a graph provided in this paper, so one of the ways that we could use to solve is graphing. I'm not going to do that. The second is substitution, and the third was elimination. Now when one of your variables is already solved or it's easy to solve, you can use substitution. And what you want to do is look for when your variables have a coefficient of 1. And I notice that I have an equation where both my variables have a coefficient of 1. So I'm going to use substitution because it's going to be easy to solve for one of the variables. And so it doesn't matter which one you solve for. I'm going to solve for S, which is our student ticket. So if I solve for S, I'd need to subtract the G to the other side. So S is going to equal 350 tickets minus the general tickets. So students, if we take the total minus general, we'll get student tickets sold. Now what I'm going to do with the other equation is substitute this information into the S of the other equation. So if we add $5 per S plus $8 per G equals $2,179. What I'm going to do instead is substitute what I know for S now. I'm going to take this and put this in here and leave the rest of that function as it is. But this is where the substitution part comes in. My S was equal to 350 minus G, so I'm going to plug that in right there. Now I just have some distributing to do, combining like terms, and I can solve for now the letter G that's in my function. So 5 times 350, this is going to get me 1,750 because I have to distribute my 5, minus 5 times G plus 8 times G is equal to 2,179. Now combining these two G terms that I have, negative 5 plus 8 or 8 minus 5 is going to give me 3G. And now what I need to do to solve for G is subtract this 1,750 to the other side, and then my G term will be alone. Okay, so 2,179 minus 1,750. So with my calculator here, I get a total of 429. Now to solve for G, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And I get 143. So the number of general tickets sold was 143. So that's part of my answer. Now, plug this number, 143, back into either of your original equations. It doesn't matter which one you pick, but I'm going to pick the bottom one because it just looks a little more simple to me. It looks like I might make less mistakes here. So if S plus G is a total of 350, and I know student plus general tickets was 350 total tickets sold, just take 350 minus 143 here. So if the total tickets sold was 350, and I know 143 of those were general tickets, that means that S, student tickets, sold is 207. 207 tickets sold. Great job hanging in there.